this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do just kind of a whimsical type design, and I am going to be using my little pouncer for a circle. It's a large Martha Stewart. Now I will have something listed if you can find it or something similar, but I will provide a link down below. I have two number 2 Amagic paintbrushes. I am using a number 4 Amagic round brush, a number 10 Deerfoot stippler, a number 6 Filbert brush, my fine liner by Westonia, of course, I use that in every video, my clay ball maker, which I'm actually using this in to create dots with, and a dotting stylus. Alright, paint I'm using is of course all FolkArt paint, multi-surface and enamels. I'm using engine red, pale yellow, yellow ochre, moon yellow, wicker white, cobalt hue, medium blue, and licorice. Now any part of this design, if you don't like it, I get it, it's fine. This is kind of a little unique and I'm not sure how part of it's going to turn out, but I'm going to begin by using my Filbert brush. I'm just going to stick it into the engine red. I'm going to come through and just press it down and pull it, kind of lifting up as I pull towards the center. Again, push down, pull up, push down, pull up. Now on this one, I'm not going to worry about the coverage. If I were selling this, I would definitely want to go over this again or have another layer of paint put on it. But I'm not selling it, so I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. This is my bottle that I normally just paint and do my videos, and then I wash it off. So just so you know, you could add another coat, do some dry time, because it is more transparent. And the reason why I would say that's a possibility, because you don't want your item to scratch easily. Now I would say I'd be definitely more concerned if this were a drinking glass that I was painting on, but since it's not, we're good to go. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is use my, where'd it go? The little round pouncer. I was trying to find a smaller one and I could not find it, but you can really just use this with anything to make a circle with. You can even just do it by hand with your brush. I was trying to find a smaller one because this one is kind of big, but whatever, it proved its purpose, I guess. Just kind of touching up the edges here, and I want to get one over here, but like I said, it's so darn big. I might try to put one right there, which it probably won't cover it all because I do have a little ridge right in here. And I guess with this I have a little extra piece out here I'm just trying to touch up. Not a big deal though. I'm going to put it aside. Then I'm going to take my Deerfoot stippler. This part's a little challenging because I'm going to put the heel of it into the yellow ochre, the center into the moon yellow, and then the front of it into the pale yellow. And what I'm going to do, again with this, I might be pulling up some of the red. So this is a spot where I would go ahead and give it some dry time, because I will pull up the red. I know I'm going to since it's wet. But I can go over it Just make kind of a cone shape, and you could come in here to the side because this one's kind of got an odd shape, it makes me feel like. And it's going to run into that one, which is fine. Again, I did try to find something smaller, but it didn't work. And do it again. And you can give this some dry time and then go back over it again to fix the spots that end up with, well, I got blue in here. Well, this is really interesting. So don't do what I'm doing. Do better than me. Just teasing. Yeah, I'll fix that. It's not a big deal, and you'll see. You can fix it. It's okay to have a little bit of the red in there. Not a big deal. All right, next thing I'm going to do is take my Deerfoot Stippler, or I'm sorry, my fine liner, and I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to do this a little bit different, but I'm going to go into my medium blue, because these little things are supposed to be kind of like you're simulating like a button. Make sure it's on there. So I'm just going to do these little crisscrosses. And if you want, you can do something to simulate like the little ridge that you might have around a button. I am not going to do that at this point, just to make it a little bit simpler. Just going to put little crosses on, or little X's, not really crosses, but X's. And on my original, I used black, but I think I'm going to just use white to kind of indicate the holes that a button would go into, you know, the thread or whatever would go into the little holes. All right, and then I'm also gonna look at these, probably just gonna leave these parts alone and just let them be. But I'm gonna do little dots up the side. All right, and that was just with the brush handle. Then I'm going to kind of wipe this out, and I'm going to go into the licorice. We're going to use a lot of licorice here. Alright, so I'm going to come down here. The licorice is going to be my stems. And so I'm just crossing over here. And even these little, oops, went into the blue. Dag-nabbit, Amy. I'm going to do this, just kind of indicating like it's part of they all have separate stems. Sorry about that, it dapped it into the wrong color. And then this one will be a little simpler because it's really short, and we'll just come like this. Now, you can choose to leave it just the way it is. You can choose to do some outlining around these, and I'm not trying to actually perfectly outline these. You can, if you're really good at that and that's how you want it to look, that's great. I'm just trying to do this as more of a whimsical kind of thing, and so I'm not going to concentrate on making it look perfect. But as I said before, if you want to make it look perfect, then by all means, go for it. And I got red on there somehow. Come around here. And some of the paint is a little glopped up, so I'm trying to go around it so it doesn't pull into my brush, but it might a little bit. I'm just making it a little wavy. And then I'm going to come back up here, give it a double line. Some of these can have a double lines too. Again, if this is part that you don't like, then just leave it out. I'm just doing this to have fun with it. It's not anything really serious, but I always encourage you to do your own thing. And if part of what I do doesn't meet what you like, then do your own thing. It just gives it just a more whimsical instead of a serious kind of look. And it's a little easier to do in a quick time frame. Now you can also do it around the circles or the buttons if you want. Again, I'm not trying to make them perfect. I like the whimsical look for this project. Not always. Whoops, no, I just went into the white. Dagnabbit. For some reason, I'm doing really well poking into other colors. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is just come in with some little, like, I don't know, like it's part of a tree, maybe some berries, just make it really easy. Okay. This is where this comes into play, and hopefully I've got enough red left. I'm putting the clay bomb maker into one side, and I'm going to come through here and add what I'm looking at as like little berries. And they don't have to be lined up any certain way. And you don't even have to completely fill in like a branch. You can have some spots that are open and some that are not. We'll come this way a little bit. I like them to be different sizes. And I could even put some in here just as a little separation. Just make them different sizes. Whoops, got carried away with that one, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to stop with that. The next thing I'm going to do is take up, now that I think about it, I may not even be using those brushes, but I'm going to put my round brush into the black, and then I'm just going to come through, because again, these little buttons are supposed to simulate a flower. So I'm going to come and just put little black leaves wherever I feel. Now it's a little hard for me to see with the glare, so I can't really choose too much as far as to differentiate the little which stem goes to which flower. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm picking it out here. I mean, when you're doing it, you can separate it a little bit better than I did. Whoops, I keep tipping into the wrong colors. Just make it easy. There you go. One final thing you can do is, these are not dry, so it's probably not going to work too well, but come through and just put some white marks. Just, you know, you don't even have to do all of them, even just on some. I think on my sample I did all of them. But I'm just, for the time of the video, I'm just going to do a few. And you get the gist, right? It just gives it a little bit more character. Now you can do the same thing with these, just to give them a little bit more oomph. Let them stand out a little bit more. A little black. Now these I probably would do all of them. And there you have it. Easy peasy. Very different, right? Unique, but I think interesting. All right, I hope you like this video. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Before you leave, please share this video on your social network with your family and friends. I would greatly appreciate that. And until the next time, please stay safe and healthy, and you have a good one.